Christian, it's great having you on campus. It's always a pleasure to have Gator greats coming back around, and we have a lot of pride in you guys. Hopefully you have as much pride in your university.
Absolutely. Representing the Gator Nation worldwide, I do that with a lot of pride, but right now I'm excited to be here and just spend some time with you.
When it came time to decide on where you're going to go to college, why'd you end up at the University of Florida?
Yeah, believe it or not, this was really a decision that my parents really guided me through. When I was doing my college visits, I was looking to have a good time. I was looking to really get my feet wet and see what the next level, higher learning, but also taking athletics to another level was all about. And my parents just said, we need to find a place that is going to groom you to be a scholar and an athlete. You can have your fun on the side, but you're getting that degree at the end of the day. But University of Florida was a perfect fit, and it was even better because the time I came, the basketball team was winning national championships, the football team was winning national championships. It was like, you know what, maybe this was prophesying what was to come, and you know, it was a very exciting time to be a Florida Gator.
And as it turned out, you won your share of championships as well. Tell us about the degree. What did you major in, and why was that such a priority?
Absolutely, yeah. So I finished representing the school of HHP. Very proud of that. A little shout out to them. But I finished with sports management, and this was really quite a journey, an 11-year journey, but you know, none the least, it was very special to walk across the stage, and a very emotional one. This was always a priority for me, you know, that I had to finish the mission, and surprisingly, my junior year, this was the motto we had as a team, finish the mission. You know, we started something in the fall, and Mouse just kind of really drilled that into my head until we got to national championship, and you know, we're fighting to win this, and you know, we took the same attitude towards finishing the degree.
So when we bring young people onto our campus to be Gators in the athletic program, we talk about having two goals. One is to get that education, and the second is we want them to have some championship rings on their finger. You know, so we want to have that perfect mix of great athletics and great academics. You're like a poster child for that. So what does that mean to kind of be the role model as far as such a high level athletically and high level academically as well?
Yeah, I really appreciate that, and I don't take that recognition for granted. You know, I really strive to be a leader, to be a role model to the next generation, and really not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. You know, I do have my share of rings, but now I also have the degree to go with it, and certainly will, you know, pursue the masters after, you know, the Olympic Games. So I'm very excited to further my education. But at the end of the day, you know, I strive to give back, and you know, being a role model, being something that, or someone that the you know, up-and-coming athletes can strive to work towards. It's very special to me.
You know, we've seen a lot in recent years where the traditional 4-year, you know, compete, get the degree, move on with life. There's still some that do that, but it's you know, it's been turned on its head a little bit, and a big part of that are programs like UF Online, and obviously you took advantage of that. Why was that a great option for you?
Yeah, UF Online was an absolute blessing. I would not have been able to finish my degree without it, and for me this was such a weight on my shoulders. I felt like walking across the stage, finalizing that degree made me becoming a Gator complete. You know, it almost felt like this was the right way to do it. But the problem was I live overseas most of the year, 7-8 months out of the year, and I'm just not able to be in Gainesville. So I'm pursuing my athletic dreams, but also have this pull to finish, you know, my academic dreams. And having UF Online now, it's just been really night and day. It's life-changing, but it's really given me the flexibility, but ultimately the opportunity to finish my degree and yeah, walk the stage.
So one of the questions that we get asked sometimes when it comes to students who are taking online classes is, do you still get to experience the same interaction with the faculty and with your professors? How was that engagement with you?
Yeah, the face-to-face or virtual face-to-face interaction with classmates, with faculty, it's very similar. Of course, the teachers have their office hours, and this is very unique because you know, you're going into a chat room, but with the times that we're in now, it's becoming more normal than ever. But it's very simple once you get the hang of everything. Again, UF Online has been life-changing.
How do you think that particular degree will help you moving forward, especially one day when you're no longer competing?
Yeah, doing sports management has really given me a greater perspective of the sport that I'm in. So being on the athletic side, being an athlete, and I always took for granted showing up to a competition. Everything was already set. The officials are in place, the timing system, but getting a greater understanding on what it takes for every event, as you would know firsthand, to play out, it's no easy task. And so from the planning side to the legal side, to even getting the fans, the safety, so all the different pieces that come into it, I have for sure a greater appreciation for every time I'm able to get onto the track. But then to think how I'm going to take this the next step, it is one thing I'm very passionate about is the administrative side and being able to be in place to give greater opportunity or just different opportunity to the next generation. And so whether that is larger competitions at a younger age, or finding a way to now incorporate virtual competitions. The challenge is definitely going to be there, and we're constantly having to learn how to evolve and innovate. But I think definitely being in the sports management program has given me greater perspective overall.
So you touched on this a little bit earlier about representing the Gators as you go around the country. Spend a little bit of time. What does it really mean to you to say, I'm a Gator?
Yeah, being part of Gator Nation, being a Florida Gator, I wear this with pride. I tell everyone I bleed orange and blue. It's something. It's a sense of family, and I think that as society, as human beings, we yearn and we pull for this sense of community, and this is what the Gator Nation has given me. Whether here in Gainesville, whether in South Korea, Rio de Janeiro, no matter where in the world, I've found through Facebook, through different social media platforms that there's bound to be a Gator somewhere, and that sense of community takes away being far from home. If I'm homesick, if I'm lonely, if I just kind of want to, just remember some of the good moments that we may have shared being years apart. It's really special to have this sense, and so I think there's also a tie to just our being.
I haven't traveled internationally near as much as I'm sure you have, but I know that feeling. I was in Asia a couple years ago and walking down a crowded street, and there's someone with a Gator shirt on. It's really it's heartwarming, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It moves you. Anyone that's wearing orange and blue, I'm going to go for it and just shout out Go Gators and see what happens. But it is special.
Christian, really have enjoyed visiting with you. Thank you so much. Thank you for not only your days when you were in the orange and blue representing the Gators, but thank you for the way you represent us yet today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scott. Happy to be here again and proud to represent on the biggest stage.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.